So welcome back. This is David Wilner.
And Barnea Levi Sullivan.
You're listening to the LandMinds Show on Israel National Radio. Barnea, we just enjoyed a wonderful conversation with Hillel Geva, the manager of the Israel Exploration Society. Very opening. You even felt we had a chiddush. Maybe share that with the listeners.
There was a conference where Doron Ben Ami, and he also talked about in this program, said, I found homes from the time of the first temple, further out from where the road is on the west side of the city of David. Extend, therefore, the city out. All the maps and drawings that show it with a more limited area are wrong. Hillel Geva said, maybe the wall is underneath the road, and those buildings are outside because they wouldn't be as defensible, and the defense barrier would be further in. And the fact that you found structures out there, they were outside the city walls, but that doesn't determine the area of the city. The second thing which he talked about, which people who haven't read the latest book or haven't been to the latest conference wouldn't necessarily know, is that the burned house excavation was originally described as, look, this is the day of the destruction. It caved in. Here's the houses. Here's a woman's hand. Here's a sword of the battle. And the new interpretation, which required going through the materials with careful analysis, which Professor Avigad did not live to see, is that there must have been some fascinating events in the house days before the destruction. The upheaval in the house, the spear, the homemade spear of the rebels, which is not as well made as the Roman sword, which is there in the woman's hand, the account of Josephus that the priests were not, the Kohanim were not participating in the rebellion, and yet knowing that they found the disc of Katros' house, so this would be a priestly house, maybe rebels took over the house. The story is nowhere near as simple as it originally was. You have to redo the screenplay of what happened in the burnt house. And this comes, I want to stress this for our listeners, the final interpretation, when the person has to put out their report and has gone through every pot and every archaeological, every wall and every scientific test and puts it all together, gives a completely different image even than when it's fresh and everything has come out of the ground and you're sitting there.